Okay, so we've installed MOTECH and we've installed the SMS module and sent an SMS module. Now let's try to have MOTECH do something automatically. We're going to have MOTECH send a thank you SMS response when it receives an incoming SMS. We do that using the tasks module, which basically lets you have MOTECH do things depending on events, external events, or scheduling events, or in between module events in a graphical way. You can specify tasks using the user interface. Let's do that. Click on modules, click on tasks. You have to have a properly set up SMS module with a proper config in order to be able to receive SMSs and also in order to send SMSs. And I have that on my end. See the prior video. You create a new task. Wait a few seconds for the video, for the dialog box to show up. I'll pause the video. Okay. The new task window is up. I'm going to call it send response SMS, and the trigger, which is what triggers the execution of the task, is shown here. We can select from the, as of now, currently available trigger sources, and we're going to click on SMS because we want to do something when we receive an SMS, and that corresponds to inbound SMS. So I'll click on that. Then once I've told the tasks module what triggers the current task, then I have to tell it what to do. For that, you add an action. So click on the Add Action button, and note that as available to any action I might choose to do are all those blue bubble fields, which correspond to data that was passed by the SMS module to the tasks module pertaining to the just received SMS. You can tell, it was received on this configuration, which connection with which SMS provider. This is the phone number that sent the message. This is the phone number that received the message. This is the SMS message itself, and further, some timestamp and other stuff. So the action channel we need to select is SMS, obviously, if we want to send an SMS, and the action itself that the SMS module lets you do is only one. You can just send an SMS. So we click that, and then we need to tell the where to send the thank you SMS, and we want to send it back to the sender. So we drag that sender bubble here, and the message is, thank you for registering. Okay, there you go. You can also specify which SMS module configuration you want. So, to whom, to which SMS provider do you want to send that SMS for sending. And we're going to select the only config we have, and you can also add other parameters, but we're not going to do that. And then you just click on Save and Enable. And that's about it. You've successfully created a new task. And now we need to test it. So we need to basically pretend someone is sending an SMS to our SMS provider. So things get just a little complicated for testing purposes. In true production, in real life, what you would do is you would expose your MOTECH server to the internet, and you would let it receive HTTP messages from external actors in such a way that the SMS provider that you selected could send you a message, your MOTECH server, a message when it receives an SMS. And I don't have the capability to do that right now at the office. So, and for testing purposes, what you can do is you can use a command line tool to pretend to actually send an HTTP request to the MOTECH server in lieu of the real SMS provider doing that. So I'm going to pretend I'm an SMS provider who just received an SMS, and I'm going to forward an HTTP request to MOTECH using the command line. I've prepared it already. You use the curl command, you use a post message, and then you provide a few fields, data field, for example, where is the SMS coming from, and then where is the SMS going to. Note that, for example, I don't have a message body, like, you know, what's the content of the SMS, because in our case, we don't care what the SMS body contains. And we send that HTTP event request to localhost, which is the current machine, the machine I'm on port 8080, which is the Tomcat port by default, and then add the following URL, the MOTECH platform server, which you've seen before, and then module/sms/incoming/Frankie, which is, remember, the name of my config. So when I hit enter, it will send that HTTP request to MOTECH, and then MOTECH will see that there's a task that listens to incoming SMSs. It will run and send me an SMS back. So actually, let me get my cell phone in my hand, make sure it's not on mute. Okay, and let's hit enter. So that's it, you know, nothing special. You can see nothing. Oh, but see, you just hear, I just received on my cell phone. Thank you for registering. And another thing you can do is you can click on the task itself, and well, I need to refresh my window. So let's do that. Refresh the window, and let's go to the tasks menu. And look at that. See, a few seconds ago, recent task activity, and you can basically execute it one time and 0 errors. I think if you click on history, it says action was performed correctly. Another thing you could do is you could go to the SMS modules and look at the log, and you should see at least 2 things. You should see that we received an SMS. Look at that, inbound, received, and then you can see that we had 2 outbound events, one of a pending sending the SMS, and then one of you dispatched the SMS message. And I think we might even have, oh, there you go, you can see the message content. So we received one that had no message. Remember how I did not specify a body part in the post, but then we did receive thank you for registering. We did send thank you for registering. So here you go. Very simple way to have MOTECH do something when something happens. Bye.